These days, in the 21st century, I think few people would argue with the idea that having a website for your business is absolutely essential. Now, there are many ways to go about this. The perhaps easier option is to set up a web page that's part of another website. So something like a Facebook page, a Tumblr, something like that. While this might be the easier option, today I want to kind of argue in favor of the other option, which is to set up a dedicated website and to have your own domain. So today we're talking about 8 reasons that it's really beneficial to purchase your own domain. So the first one is ownership and control. Now, when you set up a website like a Facebook page that's part of Facebook, Facebook has complete kind of control and ownership over what happens to that page. So if Facebook wants to shut you down, they can shut you down. If Facebook itself somehow goes out of business, which is extremely unlikely, but if anything were to happen to whatever that main hub is that you're creating your page off of, then your site also disappears. When you have your own domain and your own separate website, that is under your control and you get to decide how long that stays around. The second reason is to look more professional. So if you have a web page that's part of another website that has that website's domain / your business name or the ramenphase.facebook.com or whatever it is, however that is structured, it automatically kind of takes away some of that professional look because people can tell that that's not your own site, that it's just kind of part of something else and that maybe you sort of took the easy way out. So when you set up your own actual domain, you go through the process of purchasing your own domain and setting up your own website, and you have that domain of just www.yourbusinessname.com or .org or .net, whatever you want it to be. That looks a lot more professional, a lot more trustworthy, and a lot more legitimate. The third reason is kind of tied to that second one as well, and this is about building authority. So when you set up your own space online, your own business name, your own branding and everything, and it's very clear that you own that space and that you're serious about it, that helps people also trust that you're serious about it, that you're going to be around for a while, that you're the real deal, and that you're really putting in effort to make this a real place for your business to live online. So the fourth reason is searchability. Now, if someone is aware of your business and wants to find you online, they're probably going to go to Google, type in your business name, and then look for a website that seems to match most closely with your business name. Now, if they find something that's a little bit confusing, like it's a Facebook address but also has your business name, or it's like a little business handle but not your full business name because of how Facebook works, or it's just confusing and there's too much going on, they may not realize that that's your actual business and they're just looking for a very clear way to know that that's your page. When you have your own domain, it's very clear, very simple, and you can customize that SEO, that search engine optimization, to make it very easy for people to find you. Now, reason number 5 is that it's just easier to remember. So maybe someone hears about your business from a friend, or you talk about it directly and you give them that really easy to remember domain. They can go type it in and find you like that. If you're trying to give them this long string of things with like different other companies in there / your domain or whatever it is, your business, then that can be confusing and just kind of hard to find. So kind of along the searchability idea, but in this case, it's someone who's not trying to search for you and instead go directly there. If you just have the ramenphase.com, for example, our website, it's very easy to just tell that to someone and have them just go and type it in and remember that because it's your exact business name. Another great reason is that it's expandable through subdomains. So you might eventually want to expand your website to have a shop or a members only area or things like that that are kind of a whole separate part of your website that you can separate out by using a subdomain. So what this would look like in the Ramen Phase example would be shop.theramenphase.com, for example, or members.theramenphase.com. We do use this actually for our professional path profile assessment, assessment.theramenphase.com. So there are a lot of ways that you can use that, and having your own domain allows you to create those subdomains. Number 7 is that you can use that domain for your emails. And again, going back to the professional appearance kind of idea, this helps you look a lot more legitimate and a lot more trustworthy, a lot more serious about what you're doing. So instead of just having a free @gmail.com email for your business, now you have an email that is at yourdomain.com or dot whatever. And that, again, makes it look more serious, it makes it look more real, and if you are serious about making this into a business, then having that domain-specific email is very helpful. One example for us is support@theramenphase.com. And number 8, this is something that maybe isn't quite as obvious initially, but it's something to definitely consider and think about as you grow your business, as you grow your personal brand and things like that, is that having that domain that is your business name or is your own name for a personal brand helps you to prevent imposters. Now, while this is not a foolproof way to protect your identity or your business identity online, it is a helpful way to sort of at least partially prevent people from posing as you or your business online. Basically, the idea is that when you purchase that domain that is your business name or your own personal name, that prevents someone else from buying that domain and setting up a fake website to kind of channel some of your traffic off and probably scam them. Instead, when you own that domain for your business and maybe your personal name as well, you can prevent someone from doing that and at least have that, just that slight bit of, preventing that online fraud and hopefully save a lot of people from being scammed. Now, with all that said, you don't necessarily need to start out here. If you're just getting started and you just want to set up a Facebook or a Tumblr, if that's still around, or whatever, then that's definitely an option just to get started, but I would definitely strongly suggest that you consider purchasing your own domain and setting up your very own website online for your business, especially as you continue to grow. And if you want to start off there, I don't think that's a bad idea either, but that is entirely up to you. I hope this was helpful, and I'm going to continue making a whole bunch more content about surviving this early stage of entrepreneurship. So if that's you, you're definitely always welcome here, and I hope to see you in the next one.